sending your name and, of course, a message indicating an interest to be added onto the group. 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. That is how to be part of the Adult Conversations family group chat. Tonight on Adult Conversations. My name is Tony. I have a neighbor in my shop who is also an acquaintance from my church. She has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in me that her madam's husband has been sexually molesting her. I want to help this girl as a concerned woman and a mother, but I don't want to cause any disaffection in my neighbor's marriage. I am a widow with three kids and I cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Should I advise her to tell her madam, or should I tell her madam about it? Would she believe me and would she handle it well if I tell her? I feel so much for the child and that's the reason I can't ignore her. Please, what should I do? Remember that Tony is listening to the conversation, so please share your thoughts without condemning, judging, or using abusive language. The number to call is 07000 917 917. You can also send a text and WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM 917. Yes, send in your contributions to our social media platforms, WFM 917. To our social media platforms, WFM 917, to be a part of the conversation. So, yes, what would you like to say to Tony on the show? At least when you call, try as much as possible to turn down the volume on your radio so that we can hear you properly. This is a story that has been sent in by Tony. Tony is saying that she has a neighbor in our shop area or shop environment, as the case may be, who doubles as an acquaintance from her church. Now, this neighbor of hers has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in her that her madam's husband has been sexually molesting her. Now she wants to help this lady, or she wants to help this girl in concern as a woman and of course as a mother, but she doesn't want to cause any issue in the house in her neighbor's marriage. Now she is a widow who has three children, and according to her writing, says she cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Now she's asking, should she tell this maid, this house help, to tell her madam directly, that is one. Or should she be the one to tell the madam on behalf of this house help? That is two. Now she's also asking, would this woman believe her for a bit that her husband has been molesting her house help, and would she handle it well? She, according to her writing, she said she feels so much for the child, and that's the reason she cannot ignore her. So she's asking, what should she do? 0700917 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would be your advice to Tony on the show tonight? What is the way forward? Tony is asking you. Now, this is a case of an 11-year-old girl. How best do you think Tony can handle the situation? Remember, Tony is seen as a mother and, of course, as a woman. But then again, Tony has three children, and she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be in a situation where everything becomes messy. You know how people can be when you tell them, "Oh, your husband has been abusing you," they tell you, "Oh, it's because you don't have a husband."
Yeah.
And yet she doesn't have a husband.
Mhm.
So would it be turned and twisted against her to say, "Oh, it's because you don't have a husband. That is why you want to come and scatter my marriage and all of that." Now, for this girl, this 11-year-old girl, to find it difficult to talk to her madam directly, don't you think there is something to do with a relationship they don't have? Now, for her to have left her madam to confide
Toy.
in Toyin, her madam's neighbor, don't you think it tells more about the relationship they share? Maybe she feels like, oh, she tells her madam would not believe her, her madam would beat her, her madam would say so many things to her, and then she decides to tell talk to Tony. Now, Tony that she has talked to is now wondering, what can I do to help this girl? Should
Mm.
I report this girl? Should I report this man to his wife? But at the same time, she doesn't want to bring issues in her neighbor's marriage.
Mm-hmm.
By the time she brings that to the table, it's going to become really messy, and
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't want to find herself in that situation. So, what would be your advice to Tony on the show tonight? Let's have you, Nicola. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, just like you asked earlier about the lady not the girl, the 11-year-old girl not telling madam about what is happening to her, maybe because of the relationship, maybe like she's having a poor relationship with her madam. I can say yes to that, and I can still say it might not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might not be in the sense that this girl is young, and maybe with the things she can actually picture, she doesn't want to spoil the marriage. She does not want a situation whereby, okay, she's reporting the madam husband to her, and something will go wrong in the marriage.
Mm.
And I can also say yes to it in the sense that maybe this madam is not even giving her, treating her well, and she does not
Mm.
even know how to, tell the madam that, okay, this is what is happening to me, this is what your husband is doing to me. So
Mm.
now coming to Toyin's question, I would want to, point out where she asks if she should advise the girl to tell her madam, or she should be the one to tell the madam about it. I would say
Mm.
yes to the two, because I feel like if Toyin go to this woman, the woman we really don't know the kind of woman this person is. I mean, the madam of this 11-year-old girl. We
Mm.
don't know how she would react to it. So maybe the girl should go to the madam first. She should tell the madam that this is what is happening to me. And now, if Toyina come to realize that this woman is doing nothing about it, maybe the madam is trying to keep the 11-year-old girl short, then she should take a step. She should go to the woman herself that, okay, this is what I have heard that your husband is doing. She should not mind, she should not assume whatever will happen. She should not mind whatever the woman will
She
say
should
to her,
just go
that
ahead to talk
because we're
about
talking
it.
about a little girl here who is being molested, and she needs someone to, take care of her. She needs someone to protect her and save her from that evil man. So I would just say that she should just go to the woman herself if she see that nothing is being done after the girl telling the woman about it. So she should just go to the madam and tell her that this is what she has heard. And I'm sure that since the madam know that, okay, another person has heard about this thing, is not even enclosed in the house alone, I'm sure she would want to do something about it. And now if Toyin has talk to the woman and she still see no result, she still see no outcome, coming from it. Maybe the woman did not take any step, in reporting the husband or in doing something about it. Then
Mm.
I feel like the if Tony does not really have the, how would I say, the platform, to do anything about it, she can
Mm.
go to some agencies or the right authority to report the case, because she has done her best, telling this woman about what her husband is doing to an 11-year-old girl, which is not supposed to be. So if this woman is not doing anything about it, she should go to the right agency or right authority to report the case, because we are
Mm.
talking about a girl here who is being molested. So there's something that is needed to be. She should not, play ignorance to it at all.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, she should not play ignorant. 7,917,917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What are your thoughts concerning the story for tonight? What would you like to say to Tony? Tony is asking you. I mean, should Tony go ahead to say it, or should Tony just say, see, this is not my business. I have three children that I'm looking after already. The highest thing I can do is to tell this girl to endure
Mm-hmm.
or something. So, what would you like to say to Tony? What would be the advice that you would give Tony on the show tonight? 07009179117. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text or WhatsApp message on 0703 London's our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM 917. Send in your contributions to our social media platforms WFM 917. And what exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Tony is asking you. Now, in this time of season, they say love is blind.
Mm-hmm.
And from the message that was sent in, Tony absolutely has no other relationship. It's not like they are neighbors in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And from the message that was sent in, Tony absolutely has no other relationship. It's not like they are neighbors in the house. They are
Mm-hmm.
just neighbors in the shop, in the place she
Mm-hmm.
has her shop. They are neighbors where they sell, not the house they live.
Mm-hmm.
Now the point is, if she goes ahead to confront this woman to say, "Woman, your husband has been doing so to your house help." If she goes ahead to confront this woman to say, "Woman, your husband has been doing so to your house help," do you think their relationship would continue afterward? Would their relationship be the same afterwards? Won't it affect their relationship? Yes, they are not friends,
Mm-hmm.
they are basically neighbors and all of that. But again, don't you think that would tell on the way they relate thereafter? Because this is more like saying, "Oh, your husband is an abuser," and if she goes ahead to say, "Okay, if this woman is not doing anything, I'll go and report to the authorities."
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think that they would continue to be friends afterwards?
She should not be bothered about that. I mean, if they are not friends, that's not the end of the world.
Mm,
And I want to say, what if this girl is Tony's daughter? Would she, think of the friendship she has with this woman, or the relationship she has with this woman? Because not putting, how will I say, she's not trying to harm the relationship, and she knows that this thing is happening to her own daughter. And I think it's a no, right? She
mm,
cannot do that. She cannot, turn a blind eye to what is actually happening to her own daughter just because she wants to protect the relationship she has with her. So no matter what kind of relationship, no matter what kind of thing she's doing to her, maybe she's even supporting Tony or
mm.
anything. This is a girl, like, there's something we call humanity. There's something we
Let's
call,
take this call.
okay. Oh.
All right, please do want to call us back. You were saying there's something
There's
called
something we call
humanity.
humanity. You have
Yes.
to look after people, and this girl is someone who is she's very young. I mean, she's
Mm,
someone you have to look after and do something about it. Even if you, I'm sure if Toyin should turn a blind eye to this thing, the cautious will keep judging her. I
mm.
mean, and she has her own daughter, she has her own children, and things happen. So she should be very okay. Hello. Yeah, good
Hi, good
evening.
evening. All right, Oluwaseun, thank you very much for being a part of the conversation. Please go ahead. Mm, yes, I was here,
Yeah, okay.
Oluwaseun. Hello. All right, Oluwaseun, thank you very much for your thoughts on the show tonight. So, Oluwaseun is saying that the woman should go ahead and report to the authorities. 07009179117. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Do you think Tony should go ahead to report, or would you say that Tony should just, mind her business and say, "Okay, girl, this is what I can do. Just help the girl in her own way, without necessarily, making a big deal out of this." As much as we say, "Oh, let's break the culture of silence. If you see something, say something," and all of that, do you think Tony should go ahead to meddle in this? Because this is more like meddling. At the end of the day, when they drag the issue, it might be something really messy. 07009179117. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can send a text and WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM917 to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text on the WhatsApp message 0703 175 6537. Hello.
Hello.
Alright, please do well to call us back 07000 That is the number to call to be part of the conversation. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Alright, so I guess you might just have to call us back 07000 That is the number to call to be part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message at 0703 175 6537. Hello. Okay, so it looks like the network is always after us. I don't know. It's something. This is something I don't
We
understand.
need to rebuke it.
Honestly, because I mean, people would start calling, they have things to say, and before
Mm-hmm.
you know it, the network is yanking them off and all of that. 07000 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and a WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. What exactly would you like to say to
So,
Toy on the show tonight? Do you think Toy should go ahead to say something? Do you think Toy should even mention it at all? Or would you say that Toy should just mind her business and let it slide? Or 7,917 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Log onto our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM917. Send in your contributions to our social media platforms WFM917. And yes, that's the question on the show tonight. What exactly would you like to say to Toy on the show tonight? Toy is asking you. Tony is a woman, is a widow who has three children, and her neighbor's maid recently walked up to her to ask for her advice because her madam's husband has been molesting her. Now, Tony is asking, she's concerned as a mother and of course as a woman, but she doesn't know what to do. She's asking what should she do? Should she go ahead to confront this woman? Should she send this girl to the woman that's her neighbor to talk to her to tell her what she has been going through in the hands of her husband? Another word is should she just, not say anything and just mind her business because she doesn't know the outcome of whatever is going to be the outcome of the conversation. So, what would be your advice to Tony on the show tonight? Do you think Tony should do that? Should Tony, by any means, not say anything about this incident? Bearing in mind that every now and then we talk about the need to break the culture of silence, the need to say something if you see something, and the need to, do something as well. Because most times when things like this happen, we don't get to hear much from the people who have been the victims or the survivors, as the case may be. And then before you know it, you're just there, and nobody is saying anything. It's swept under the carpet, and people are moving on like nothing happened, and all of that. So, what exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? 07000 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. So you see that this woman should go ahead to tell her neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
What if she doesn't handle it well?
Meet Toy.
What if her
The
neighbor doesn't
madam.
handle it well?
I said earlier that because there are some women out there that so far it's not something that is really affecting them. You know, just in this case now, it is a maid that this man is molesting.
Mm.
They would want to just cover up. They wouldn't want to let people know that this is what their husband is doing to maybe their maid or to anybody. Even some people, even to their daughters, like their own child. There are some people like that that they will just want to cover it up, just to cover maybe the shame that they think it will come out of it or all of that. So that's why I said that if Toyin realized that, to get to notice that after she tells the madam to about what is actually happening between her husband and the 11-year-old maid.
Mm.
And she sees that this woman is doing nothing about it. This woman is not reporting the case. This woman, and maybe the child, she has got to know from the child that this man has not even stopped, that the woman did not do anything about it.
Mm.
She should report immediately because she has done her best. Maybe I would even advise Toyin, if she's trying to, let the woman know the what's it called? Let the woman know what is really happening. She can actually go to the madam back and tell her that, okay, woman, if you know you are not doing anything to this thing, and this girl
I
is
will
suffering
take
from,
this off.
I'm going to take this up and I'm reporting to the authority. And if she sees that this woman does not do anything about it, she can go ahead and report to the authority. There's nothing she wants to do to her. There's nothing the madam will do to her. So she should just go ahead and report the case. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, Anthony, good to have you on the show. Okay, so go ahead with your thoughts. The housemaid is working with a woman,
Twins label.
Toyin's neighbor. So the
Yes.
yes, go. You're with you. You're with you. Mm. You're with you. Mm.
Mm.
Thank you, Anthony. You're with you. Mm.
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 Hmm.
Thank you for the
All right, thank you very much, Anthony,
advice.
for your thoughts on the show tonight. 07000 917 917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. What exactly would we advise to Tony on the show tonight? What do you think Tony should do? Should Tony go ahead to report this issue to the woman in question, or should she just mind her business and say, "Oh, there's really nothing I can do." Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Don, Don Peters, good to have you on the show. Please, can you turn down the volume on your radio, please?
Okay. Yes, this is better. Please go ahead. Mm, mhm, mm, mm,
Mm,
mm. All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on the show tonight, Don Peters. Oh, 7,917,917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? What is the way forward? What should Tony do? Chloe is a widow. She has three children, and according to her write-up, as much as she wants to be involved in this case,
Mhm.
she doesn't want what would cause panic or what would cause problem, maybe to her and her children. But she wants to help.
Mhm.
She wants to fight for this girl as a mother and as a woman. But the limitation is that she doesn't want a situation whereby it would go wrong. Hello, good evening. Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead, Anthony. Mm. Yeah. Mm. 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 She should leave quietly without coming back again. Mm. 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 All right, so thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to say something about
Okay,
that.
okay.
Okay, so um, when Anthony said that he's not in support of doing reporting to or telling the man directly, I want to support that line because I feel like this man is a monster. Do you
Mm.
get? And there are some people that
Let's hear from this. Okay,
okay.
please, let's hear from this person still. Hello,
Hello, good evening.
hello. All right, so I guess you can continue with your thoughts.
So as I was saying, so this man is. If I feel like if Tony should go to this man directly,
Mm.
what if he at the end of the day threatens this girl that, oh, so if you're reporting me to people,
Mm.
do you
How many
get?
people have you
And
told?
how many people have you told? And now he threatens this girl that if she should, and she's a young girl. I
Of
mean,
course.
now he can threaten her that if you should tell anybody about it again, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do this to you, and all of that. And now this girl will be scared of her life. She would not want to lose her life. She would not want to do things that will make this man harm her more than he's been doing. So I feel like this if she should tell the man, it might not go in the right way, it might not have that positive outcome that we have. But talking about Anthony saying that this girl should she should go back to the date and all of that. Okay, if this girl should leave their house,
Mm.
what is the assurance that this man will not do the same thing to
To the
another
next
maid coming
person.
in?
Mm.
So we
Hello, good evening.
okay, good evening. Hello.
Okay, so I guess you might just have to call us back. 07917 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. So, yeah, what exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Do you agree with what Anthony said? Anthony is, afraid because
Mm-hmm.
of this, of Tony. I mean, is fearful for Tony in the sense that nobody has a single idea of how this man would take it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, two things are involved. If Dawson tells this her neighbor, considering
Sorry.
the fact that they are just neighbors, they are not friends, you know, it could come from the place of, oh, because you do not have a husband and you have
Yeah.
three kids.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're now telling me this because you want to destroy my home? That's number one. Number two is that they won't even believe this girl. What happens? What if this lady says, oh, you're the one seducing my husband? That is two. What if at the end of the day they chase this girl out of the house without even giving her the right compensation because they don't want people to hear of their atrocities. They are trying to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is going to happen in that regard? Hello, good evening.
Hello.
All right, you want to call us back. So, what is going to happen in that regard? And I guess that is why Anthony said something about not saying anything
Mm-hmm.
and then just pack your bag and say there's something you need to do in the house and then leave. But the downside to that is that another person would probably be a victim
Mm-hmm.
if nobody is saying anything about this one. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Alright, so I guess the network is acting funny. Please do well to keep your calls coming in 07000 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Send us a message 0703 175 6537. Hello.
Good
Hi, good
evening.
evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Alright, thank you very much for being a part of the conversation. Alright, Chibueze. Alright, Chibueze, good to have you on the show today. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm, 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 mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm. All right, thank you very much, Boise, for your thoughts on the show tonight. 07000 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. If you are just joining us, you're listening to Adult Conversations where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart.
Again, you are listening to WFM 91.7. Yeah, keep your ear tuning. That's everything. Bye-bye.
Guy, if I tell you all this plenty airtime and data, who are they take flex? Now dash glow dash me, you go believe.
Dash you get for this kind of economy. I beg you.
There now, as I buy my glow sim like this spirit, I first collect 1,000 naira welcome bonus, Sarah. As I come recharge, bam, bro, knock me 10 times airtime bonus. I also enjoy double data. Joy.
Wait, oh, you mean 1,000 naira welcome bonus? Yes. Plus 10 times airtime bonus. Yes. Plus double data again? Yes. But where's universe now?
The glow break the universe now. You want try?
Oh, no wonder boys they flex anyhow on top phone 247 non-stop. Hey, I don't come.
My people, not let grass grow under your Lego. Go get your glow sim today. Dial *777# to buy and enjoy 10 times airtime bonus plus up to double data. Offer day for both new and existing subscribers there. Glow Unlimited. Driving through traffic? Bored at home? Or maybe you're having a bad day? Ease your mind with great music, entertainment, and lots of laughter on the Evening Experience every weekday from 4 to 9 p.m. on WFM 91.7, The Voice of Women.
Oh yeah, give the left and right, that's
You think you know Nigeria's biggest tunes?
This battle is a problem.
Get in the ring on the Big Tune Show every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFM 91.0. Be ready or
Na Women Radio 91.7 anyị ji gị kpọrọ ihe anyị na-achọkwa ụzọ anyị ga-esi pịaruo gị nso ya ka anyị ji bido otu ndị redio ụmụ nwanyị ijikọ gị na ụmụ nwanyị ndị ọzọ nọ na steeti 36 n'obodo Naịjirịa. Ị bụ onye ahịa, onye nwere ebe ị na-arụ, nwa akwụkwọ, onye ezumike nka, nne nọ n'ụlọ elekọta ụmụaka ma ọ bụ onye ọrụ ugbo, otu redio ụmụ nwanyị ji maka gị wee pụta. Ịbanye aha na wfm917.com. Ị nwekwara ike isonyere otu ndị redio ụmụ nwanyị na Facebook. Ndị so anyị ga-erite uru. Anyị ga-akwalite ahịa ha na-azụ na Women Radio. Ị ga-enwetakwa ezigbo uru lite uru dị iche iche. Budata ngwa mkpanaka anyị ka ị gee anyị ntị ebe ọbụla ị nọ. Ndị otu redio ụmụ nwanyị na-ejikọ gị na ụmụ nwanyị ndị ọzọ.
It's time to enjoy fast and reliable internet connection for less.
It's time to go big in the Airtel Home Broadband all-time mega offer.
It's time to take advantage in the Airtel Home Broadband all-time mega offer. Get a MiFi with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data for just 5,000 naira, or a router with up to 240 gigabyte bonus data for just 10,000 naira. Visit any Airtel shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB. Now, Airtel, the smartphone network.
Radio Doctor, your free phone-in health consultation program. Every Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. brings you family health.
It was discovered that people who are lacking in vitamin D are usually more likely to become depressed.
Call in to get free consultation on family health on 070917917 or 09025625455. You can send in questions, cases, and related contributions on social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917. Text and WhatsApp on 0703 175 6537. You can listen live online at www.wfm917.com. Radio Doctor, Nigeria's first free consultation radio health program on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
Political arena.
It's time for us to know those who have put Nigeria in this condition.
To a large extent, religious institutions in Nigeria have failed in enforcing the law, in ensuring that members are safe.
Over 180 million people, one country, one capital, 26 states, 469 national assembly seats, 774 local government areas. This is Nigeria.
You should stop doing this play game. It's not really fighting corruption, it's fighting opponents, it's fighting those who want them in the past.
How well do you know the political terrain of Nigeria? Today, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political games, and we are the players.
Political Arena.
Wednesdays and Fridays, 11:30 a.m.
On Women Radio,
A WFM 91.7.
Political Arena, politicking at all levels.
This is WFM 91.7.7.
Alright, 5 minutes, right before 9 from the side of the radio. Glad to know that you're still there, tuned in to the BFM 91.7. This is Nigeria's best and only radio station for women and their families. And yes, you're listening to Adult Conversations, where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart. On Adult Conversations, you get to be a part of the conversation by advising the subject matter without judging. Adult Conversations as Mondays through Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. because you're here to break the culture of silence. My name is Blessed Aguito. I was on the show tonight. I have
Ukulola Ojawale.
and yes, we shared with you the story that was sent in by Toy. Toy said, my name is Toy. I have a neighbor in my shop who is also an acquaintance from my church. She has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in me that her madam's husband has been sexually molesting her. I want to help this girl as a concerned woman and a mother, but I don't want to cause any disaffection in my neighbor's marriage. I am a widow with 3 kids and I cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Should I advise her to tell her madam, or should I just tell her madam about it? Would she believe me and would she handle it well if I tell her? I feel so much for the child, and that's the reason I can't ignore her. Please, what should I do? 07000 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send a text and WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM917. Hello, good evening. No, they have their shops at the same location. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 your husband did too. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Thank you very much, Anthony, for your thoughts on the show tonight. So Anthony is saying that it should talk. I mean, if we take a look at some of the things that have been said on the show, I think somebody said something which I feel makes sense, which I feel can actually save this woman the whole stress of coming out to say something.
Okay.
More like reporting directly to agencies that can handle this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could see them as an anonymous,
Yeah.
like something happened, and by the time they take the matter up, nobody would know she's
They'll be
involved
able to
at
handle it
all.
well
Yes,
compared to Toy.
exactly. Or 7,917 917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I have this message here from Daniel. Daniel says Toy should go straight to the right authority in charge of child molestation. All right, thank you very much, Daniel, for your thoughts on the show tonight. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Hello.
All right, please do well to call us back. Let's check out some of the messages that we have here. This one says, "Hello, Toy. Be not afraid. Today it is about the house help. It may be his own children tomorrow. If the girl is telling the truth, to save the lives of other girls out there, a pedophile altered the cause of helpless kids.
Mm.
If the case is covered because of the man's integrity, ensure the family of the girl gets proper care, mental and physical from professionals. Report to the appropriate authority." Hello, good evening. Good to have you on the show tonight.
Yeah, very
Well,
well.
good. Well,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you very much for asking.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, with you. Mm.
Hmm. 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 Takes up the matter. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm. 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 Yes, I was here.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Mhm. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm. 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 All right, thank you very much, Deepa, for your thoughts on the show tonight. Yes, we would really like to have your number. But concerning this case, actually, we have hooked Toyin up with some agencies that Toyin can reach out to because we also have some agencies working with us who can take up this case. So we have given her the contact of some of the agencies she can reach out to. She can reach out to. However, she categorically said that we should share this story on radio. That she would listen in to hear the diverse views of people. Maybe she just want more like a second
Mhm.
opinion or second idea, but she has been sent contacts that she can reach out to, contacts of agencies that can actually take up this matter. But we're sharing it on radio today because she categorically insisted that this story should be shared on radio. But however, I would like to have your contact so that maybe for subsequent, conversations, you can always come in. So, Diko, I would like you to send in your contacts to 0703 175 6537. Let me take the number again: 0703 175 6537. Yes, there you have it from Diko. What would you like to say to Toyi on the show tonight? Okay, so this one is from Abdullahi Uluwatobi from Ilorin. He says, this is very dicey situation. It would be better for the girl to open up in the presence of the concerned people, that is, in the presence of the perpetrator and his wife by herself. And after then, the girl should leave the place for her safety. While Jiva was saying something came to my head.
Okay.
The boss said there's a need for going to do a recording of the girl's statement because I'm just thinking, while this girl couldn't tell her madam because they probably don't have a good relationship, or she was probably scared, she doesn't know how this woman would handle it and all of that. So I'm thinking, what if Toyin now said, okay, let's go to your madam, and she now gets there and she now denies everything and says a lie.
I didn't
It didn't
tell
happen.
you.
I didn't tell you that. Do you know
Maybe
that would definitely
the madam has threatened her that if this thing should go out or all of that.
Exactly. Do you know that that would actually cause a lot
Yes.
for Toyin and her children?
Mm-hmm.
07000 917 917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Hello.
Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling us from? Mayawa, good to have you on the show. Mm. Mm. Thank you, Mayawa, for your advice on that.
All right, thank you very much, Mahira, for your thoughts on the show tonight. Let's check out this one from Iwara. Iwara sent a message from Mabu. Iwara says, "Miss story. This case is not new. I advise you tell the madam, woman to woman, that her husband is molesting a poor, innocent girl. There are institutions for girl child support everywhere, especially for girl child that has been violated and molested. You can otherwise consult one of these centers for help and assistance to save the ailing girl." Thank you very much for your thoughts on the show tonight. And this one is from Adebayo Jamiu Olarewaju. Let's hear from this person. Hello, good evening.
Hi.
What's
What
your
is your
name?
name? Blessing from Wawa. Good to have you on the show. To have a clear evidence.
Mm. All right, so thank you very much, Blessing, for your thoughts on the show tonight. 07917 this one is from Adebayo Jami, and it says, Hello, Joey. The essence of this program is to break the culture of silence. Kindly tell the women and don't mind the consequence, which I'm sure you will be blessed at the end, provided you have enough evidence and your manner of presentation to the woman about it matters a lot. Your courage and boldness will also help other innocent maids out there. May God bless your life, your children, and your family at large. Chinwei from Ejigo says, Good evening, ladies. Tell the girl to go back to her family. Nathaniel Ojedira says, My suggestion is that the girl should resign and go back to her family, but that the lady is preserved without causing more problem. Nathaniel Ojedira from Bujuju Baja. Thank you very much for your thoughts on the show tonight. 07917 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to going on the show tonight? If you are just joining us, this is Adult Conversations on the VFM 91.7. Adult Conversations is where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart. On Adult Conversation, we get to contribute by advising the subject matter without judging. And of course, today on Adult Conversations, we are taking a look at the story that was sent in by Toy on the show. Toy needs your advice, and Toy is asking you to advise her and help her make a decision. Like I said earlier on the show, we have put Toy up with some agencies that could, take the matter up. However, Toy insisted that we share this story on the show so that she could hear the diverse opinion of people. So 07917 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Let's check out some of the comments we have here. This one says, let's see. Edward Chukujinje Moloku says, Heed to my advice. There is an agency in Lagos that handles such cases, especially in Lagos State. Akeshiloyi Uluwashedupiola says, advise her to go to any nearby police station and report the man. I am sure police will take up the case. Yes, we have this one from Olamide Kwabimbola Samuel, and it says Toye should call her neighbor, and the house help should also be present and tell her what, okay, and tell her all what the house help told her. And if nothing is done about it, Toye should report the case. Some people are saying that Toye should report. Some people are saying Toye should have a direct conversation with this her neighbor. Remember, they are just neighbors, office shop neighbors, as the case may be. They don't even live in the same environment. They don't really know each other per se, but they are just maybe opportunity to be selling at the same environment.
Also go to the same church.
Exact, and they also go to the same church. Not like they have a kind of relationship that will random say, Mommy Lagbaja, I want to tell you something. You also came to meet me and all of that. Different people have said, or some people have said, oh, there is a need for her to reach out to some agencies. Some have said there's a need for her to talk to this woman. Some have said this
The
girl
girl should just
should
leave.
just leave quietly. But again, if she leaves quietly, what is going to be the fate of the next person that is coming?
Mhm.
For all I care, this woman might know about it, and she might not know about it. So
Mm.
if she doesn't know, it means that right under her nose, her husband will keep abusing other people
Mhm.
right under her nose before she maybe out of fear or out of panic says, "I did not tell you anything."
Mm.
So what is going to happen to her? I'm sure this is one of the things Toyin is trying to avoid. That's why she's saying she has 3 children. She's a widow and she does not want to, you know, have any issues,
Mhm.
uh,
Complication.
any confrontation whatsoever. So what would you like to say to Toyin, or what do you think about this one?
Well, I mean, Deepa has said earlier, um, if someone should be in towing shoe, I mean, all you have to do is because you can understand the fact that this girl is a very young girl, who can do things out of fear and all of that. So, and to avoid people saying, "Oh, Toyin, you're the one that is cooking this up," or to avoid the family saying, "Toyin, you want to destroy their marriage and all of that." Just make sure that, just like people have been saying, find a strong evidence. People have said you can even record the girl's voice, make a video or something. Just have that evidence of that, of this girl, trying to, or trying to complain to you that this is what is happening to her in the house. So far you have the evidence that you can tender whenever you go to the woman or to the agency you want to go to report the case. I mean, there will be an evidence for you in case they want to deny that. So there'll be something that you play, and the girl will be able to say, "Oh yes, I was the one that said this. I did this out of fear." You'll be able to know why she even denied it at the first place. So yeah, just having an evidence would solve the case.
Hmm. 0700917 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Do you think that Tony should go ahead to say something? Or would you say that Tony should just move on with her life? What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Just in case you're joining us right about now, this is Adult Conversations on the BFM 91.7. Adult Conversations is where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart. On Adult Conversations, you get to be part of the conversation by advising the subject matter without judging. Adult Conversations airs every Mondays through Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on the BFM 91.7. My name is Besson. Wait, I was here on the show tonight. I have,
Mukilola Ojawale.
and yes, tonight on the show, I share with you a story that was sent in by Tony.
So,
Tony says, "My name is Tony. I have a neighbor in my shop who is also an acquaintance from my church. She has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in me that her madam's husband has been sexually molesting her. I want to help this girl as a concerned woman and a mother, but I don't want to cause any disaffection in my neighbor's marriage. I am a widow with 3 kids and I cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Should I advise her to tell her madam, or should I just tell her madam about it? Would she believe me and would she handle it well if I tell her? I feel so much for the child, and that's the reason I can't ignore her. Please, what should I do?" Now, from this story, I mean, she has several options. The first one is that, should I tell her? Should I tell this girl to tell her madam?
mhm.
If I tell her, would she believe me? And for someone who said she doesn't want confrontation, any confrontation whatsoever, you know, saying this again, what would you like to say to her? Do you think that it's a good idea for her to say something about it? Or should she just, maybe mind her business and say, okay, there's really little or nothing I can do. If you are telling me this now, what should I do with the information? What am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to allow you just, go on like that, give you the attention and then listen to your story? Or am I just supposed to report you, to say, let's go and meet you said this about your madam's husband. Why did you say that? What is the assurance? What is the evidence that your madam's husband did this to you? And now you're coming to me to tell me this, that. Am I just supposed to believe you? Now, if she takes any steps to say, let me report this man, even though she has contact she could call now,
Mhm.
um do you think it would be right for her to call those people to tell them this happened, this girl told me this?
Of course, it will be right. I mean, that's the right thing to do. That's the part of where we can break the culture of silence, right? And I said earlier that if she's trying to protect the woman's marriage or whatever, she can go to the woman. I mean, tell her about it, tell her that this is what the man is doing to the 11-year-old girl. And if this woman does not take any action, if this woman does not do anything about it, she has the right to go to the agency she knows to take up the case, because this is the life of a girl we are talking about, and she's being molested physically, emotionally, and she needs help. So far, Tony knows about this thing. The right thing for her to do is go to an agency. Since the woman is not doing anything about it, they want to shut this girl up. And if they are not doing anything about it, this girl would already know in her heart that she actually told Toyin about what is actually happening to her, and Toyin is doing nothing about it. What if this girl now grow up in that hatred, towards Toyin, because she knows that this girl is actually young, so she's seeing the woman as someone who can actually help her, even though Toyin feels like she's not having that capacity to be of help. But this little girl see her as the only person who can actually help her from this situation. And now this girl has reported what is happening to her to you. The next thing she's expecting from you is action. And now if you're not doing anything about it and she's not seeing anything changing, she might not even hate the man anymore, she might not even hate the family anymore. Now she will pass the hatred to you because she feel like, oh, you're supposed to help her and you did nothing about it. And this girl will grow up hating you for what you're not actually at fault. So I feel like she has the right to report this case. If the madam is not doing anything about it, there is no action taken, the next thing for her to do is go to an agency, and which she has done. And I feel like that is the right thing to do. So that's what I would say about that.
Hmm. All right, 070917917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message 073-175-6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM 917. Send in your contributions to our social media platforms WFM 917 for you to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show tonight? Do you think Tony should go ahead to report the case, or would you say that Tony should just mind her business and assume that since this is not in any way affecting her and her children, she should just move on? Or would you say that there is a need for Tony to voice out and say something? 0700917 That is the number to call to be part of the conversation. Send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703-175-6537. Let's take this call. All right, we lost that one. Please do well to call us back. Let us know your thoughts concerning this one. What exactly would you like to say to Toy on the show tonight? As much as it's a good one to say something when you see something. I mean, that's more like our mantra.
Mm-hmm.
When you see something, you say something. Hello, good
Hello, good
evening.
evening.
Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? What's your name again? All right, it's good to have you on the show tonight. Please let's have your thoughts. Okay. All right, thank you very much, Peter, for your thoughts on the show tonight. 07000917917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703-175-6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM917. Send in your contributions to our social media platforms WFM917 on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course on Instagram. 07000917917. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. If you are just joining us, you're listening to Adult Conversations on the BFM 91.7. This is where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart. My name is Blessing Agui. On the screen the show tonight, I have
Mokulola Ojoali.
Women Radio 91.7. WFM.
Mr. Johnson, I'm here for my money.
Baba landlord, I'm very sorry. My wife is very sick and I have spent all the money I have.
I've been telling you to ensure the health of you and your family with a reliable HMO.
Reliable HMO? Which of them can I go for?
Ives Medicare HMO Limited. They are one of the accredited health maintenance organizations with thousands of quality and accredited healthcare providers nationwide on their network. They have corporate plan, retail plan, student plan, and even community-based health plan. More so, their premium is pocket friendly.
Please, where are they located?
Their office is located at number 2 Osho Street, Okpebi Link Bridge, off Okpebi Road, Ikeja, Lagos. Their phone number is 08093 555 863 or 08032639058. Their website is www.ivesmedicare.com. Ives Medicare, health protection in your colors.
Na Women Radio 91.7 anyị ji gị kpọrọ ihe anyị na-achọkwa ụzọ anyị ga-esi pịaruo gị nso ya ka anyị ji bido otu ndị redio ụmụ nwanyị ijikọ gị na ụmụ nwanyị ndị ọzọ nọ na steeti 36 n'obodo Naịjirịa. Ị bụ onye ahịa, onye nwere ebe ị na-arụ, nwa akwụkwọ, onye ezumike nka, nne nọ n'ụlọ elekọta ụmụaka, ma ọ bụ onye ọrụ ugbo, otu redio ụmụ nwanyị ji maka gị wee pụta. Ịbanye aha na WFM917.com. Ị nwekwara ike isonyere otu ndị redio ụmụ nwanyị na Facebook. Ndị so anyị ga-erite uru. Anyị ga-akwalite ahịa ha na-azụ na Women Radio. Ị ga-enwetakwa ezigbo uru, lite uru dị iche iche. Budata ngwa mkpanaka anyị ka ị ga-enwetakwa ezigbo uru, lite uru dị iche iche. Budata ngwa mkpanaka anyị ka ị gee anyị ntị ebe ọbụla ị nọ. Ndị otu redio ụmụ nwanyị na-ejikọ gị na ụmụ nwanyị ndị ọzọ.
It's time to enjoy fast and reliable internet connection for less.
It's time to go big in the Airtel Home Broadband all-time mega offer.
It's time to take advantage in the Airtel Home Broadband all-time mega offer. Get a MiFi with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data for just 5,000 naira, or a router with up to 240 gigabyte bonus data for just 10,000 naira. Visit any Airtel shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Think you know current affairs? Are you a guru in mathematics? Can you name all the countries in the world? Is your pronunciation or spelling top-notch? Radio School on Women Radio WFM 91.7 is the program that takes you on a learning ride into the world of English, mathematics, art, and much more.
Radio School.
Thursdays, 3:05 p.m.
The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never had a snake and whether python and swallowing more.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays to Fridays, 12:05 p.m.
on Your Women Radio WFM 91.7.
A time for change, to unmask the truth, to unmask the rot in our communities. Unmasking the truth will focus on the effects of corruption on women, prefer solution and demand for accountability. Unmasking the Truth will be on this radio station every first Monday by 5:30 p.m. And we ask you to join us to condemn corruption, to demand for accountability, and to work together for a better Nigeria. Unmasking the Truth is an initiative of St. Ives Communications in partnership with Voice of Women and supported by the MacArthur Foundation.
The stories are real.
Something like this happened to me years back. I saw some message in his phone. The lady that sent the message to him. When I told him, I said, "Oh, why are you like this? Why are you doing all this?"
It's all around you.
And so when she comes up to him to tell him herself doing it, you should be humble enough to listen. And if there's something you can do about that, you do it. Is it reading books? Is it seeing a therapist? Be open to certain things, because at the end of the day, this person is your partner. That is the bottom line of everything. My family advised him to marry the girl he has impregnated. We forced him, but he refused. But when the girl starts telling that, you call her too much, then there's something fishy.
You want to share it. People see. Not alone. Break the silence culture. Adult Conversations. Weeknights from 8 on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families.
Alright, 22 minutes right before 10 from the side of the radio. Glad to know that you're still there tuned in to WFM 91.7. This is Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. And yes, you're listening to Adult Conversations. Adult Conversations is that radio program where we share real life issues and discuss matters of the heart. On Adult Conversations, you get to be a part of the show by contributing and advancing the subject matter without judging. Adult Conversations airs Mondays through Fridays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. And yes, we're here to break the culture of silence. If you have a story you want us to bring in adult conversations, do well to send us the story. Send the story to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. That is how to be a part of the conversation. And yes, that is how to send us your story. And ensure to include your name and your contact telephone number so that we can reach out to you if we have further questions on the show, on the story that you have sent to us. If you would also like us to add it to the Adult Conversations family group chat, please do well to send us your name, your WhatsApp number, and a message asking us to add you to the Adult Conversations family group chat. So what would be your thoughts on the show tonight? Tony is asking for your advice. My name is Tony. I have a neighbor in my shop who is also an acquaintance from my church. She has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in me that Madame's husband has been sexually molesting her. I want to help this girl as a concerned woman and a mother, but I don't want to cause any disaffection in my neighbor's marriage. Hello, good evening. Alright, please do well to call us back. And then she went further. I am a widow with 3 kids and I cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Should I advise her to tell her madam, or should I just tell her madam about it? Or would she believe me and would she handle it well if I tell her? I feel so much for the child, and that's the reason I can't ignore her. Please, what should I do? Remember that Tony is listening to the conversation, so please, when you're calling to share your thoughts, endeavor to do that without condemning, abusing, or using abusive language. You can call 07000 for you to be a part of the conversation. Send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Okay, you might just have to call us back 07000 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Log into our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM 917. Hello, good evening. Hello. Alright, so please do want to send in your thoughts to us on our social media platforms or WFM 917. WFM 917 website. Better keep necessary. Hello, good evening. Oh, I just really find it hard to connect with you, but please keep the calls coming in. Okay, keep the calls coming in. I don't know, the network is acting funny tonight. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Oh. Hello, good evening. Alright, you might just have to call us back 07000 I quite understand the frustration. You know, you trying to reach out to us, and for some reasons you cannot connect with us and all of that. So we apologize for the inconveniences, but keep your calls coming in 07000 Send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello? Okay, so you might just have to call us back or 7000 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I guess please, when you call in, try to turn down the volume on your radio so that we can avoid any interference. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Jerry from Ogun State. Let's have your thoughts. Good to have you on the show.
Ooh, let's do that one. All right, Jerry, please do want to call us back 07000 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text if you're finding it hard to connect with us via the phone call 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening. All right. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download your mobile app WFM 917 and yes, send in your contributions to our social media platforms WFM 917. Hello. Hello, good evening. Okay, so we're having difficulty connecting with people. Just do want to send us a text or WhatsApp message. We will take it from there. 0703 175 6507. That is how to be a part of the conversation. Tonight on Adult Conversation. Alright, tonight on Adult Conversations, we share with you a story that was sent in by Tony. Tony said, "My name is Tony. I have a neighbor in my shop who is also an acquaintance from my church. She has an 11-year-old house help who recently confided in me that her madam's husband has been sexually molesting her. I want to help this girl as a concerned woman and a mother, but I don't want to cause any disaffection in my neighbor's marriage. I am a widow with 3 kids and I cannot afford any confrontation whatsoever. Should I advise her to tell her madam, or should I just tell her madam about it? Would she believe me, and would she handle it well if I tell her? I feel so much for the child, and that's the reason I cannot ignore her. Please, what should I do?" Remember that Tony listens to the conversation, so please do well to share your thoughts without abusing, condemning, or using or judging for it before you pass your thoughts on the show tonight. What exactly would you like to say to Tony on the show? Do you think Tony should go ahead to say something to this woman? Or would you say that Tony shouldn't bother at all? Or would you say that Tony should try and bring in elderly ones? Let's say this girl's parents, the church members. Hello, good evening. The church members. Hello, good evening.
Hello. The network is very messing.
Okay, because if she decides to take it to the church, it's going to become really messy. Because I'm sure that they both attend the same church. This woman, Toyi, and this other woman and her neighbor attends the same church. Now, I'm sure that her neighbor's husband also attends the church. So if she decides to exactly, so if she decides to bring in the pastor or other members of the church, before you know it, it becomes a very big deal in the church. Now, it's just so messy because if you say that Tony should, Tony cannot afford to just wave this off, say, oh, let me not just bother. I mean, it's one of those things. We will sort it out. That's one. Tony can also decide to inform police or security operatives, as the case may be, to say, okay, this is what is happening now. This is what we have done. This is where we are at the moment. This is what we're working on. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
All right, just to want to call us back. And yes, you can also send us a text and a WhatsApp message to connect with us. Just in case you're finding it really hard to connect with us via the phone call. 07917 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. What exactly would you like to say to Toyi on the show tonight? Do you think Toyi is overreacting? Would you say Toyin should report to this girl's, should I say her master or her madam, as the case may be? Would you say that this girl should be taken away from that family? And just like almost everyone had said on the show, the moment Toyin decides to ignore this one, the girl would blame herself for telling Tony in the first place, because it was more like she had probably thought Tony would be her savior, would help her out of it. But another thing is, if Tony decides to say, "Oh, let me channel this thing, let me front it," and this girl says, "I did not tell you anything," what is going to be her fate? Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello. All right, please do well to call us back. So, what is going to be her face if she decides to say, um, "I'm not doing this again. I do not tell you anything. You are lying. Where did I meet you?" You know, all of those things. So, as much as it is a good one for us to clamor that Twain should help this girl in question, I think Twain should be very, very, very discerning when it comes to helping her. And I also think that there's a need for Toyin to maybe, just maybe, try to actually, what am I going to say now? Get an evidence from this lady. Don't just say, "Oh, she told me this." You know, find a means of pulling out an evidence. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
So the network has decided to really mess up with us on the show tonight. 07000 That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Apologies to everyone trying to reach out to us in the studios. We're sorry, we're really finding it hard to connect with you. The network has been acting really funny, and we have not been able to, connect with you on the show. In the meantime, we apologize, and yes, we are sorry for all of the inconveniences that you might have gone through in the process of trying to connect with us in the studios tonight. 07000 that is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send us a text and WhatsApp message on 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, Zion, where are you calling us from? All right, Zion, please go ahead. Mm. 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 All right, thank you very much, Zion, for your thoughts on the show tonight. And that is the last call we'll be taking on the show. It is time for us to say our byes. Thank you very much. The phone lines are still buzzing, but let's do this again tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the BFM 91.7. Honestly, a lot of things have been said on the show tonight, and I am super sure that Tony would be able to make an informed decision from all of your contributions on the show tonight. So, thank you very, very much for sending in your contributions, your thoughts as text and WhatsApp messages. Thank you also for your comments on Facebook. And yes, thank you for each and every call you have placed on the show today. We really do appreciate you and we say God bless you. I am totally sure that Tony will be able to make an informed decision from the advice you have given on the show tonight. And yes, on behalf of Tony, I want to thank you again, and I really do hope that you will join us tomorrow at the same time between 8 and 10 p.m. Same station, Women Radio, WFM 91.7, same program, Adult Conversations, and yes, many thanks to the engineer. So, GT, Simile, and Evans, thank you very much for your support. And yes, thank you very much, Rukulola, for being a part of the conversation tonight.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. My name is Lesson Abito, and we will be back tomorrow with a bang like we never left. Good night, and God bless you.
Bye.
Station for women and their families.
Broadcasting affects your life in so many ways. If you're offended by anything broadcast on this station, it is your right to complain to the station or call the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, on 0803 349 7901 or send an email to complaints@nbc.gov.ng. You can also comment or report programs through our website www.nbc.gov.ng. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
See Africa. Oh,
Actually, we don't come out India
arise, oh, compatriots. Nigeria's call, obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength.
Hey, it took you like 2 extra minutes. Hey.
Sure.